Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this spring wreath, and it's really non-traditional. It's not like the normal flowery ones, but I kind of wanted to change this year, so if you're interested in making a wreath like this, just keep watching. Okay, so I got this brown twig wreath from my local craft store, and I know it's kind of shaped weird, but they were all kind of shaped weird, so I'm just going to let it add to the whimsical effect of the wreath. Now I just grabbed some flowers I found in the dollar section on end caps in the craft store that I thought would look nice on the wreath. I also grabbed some burlap fabric that I had at home, and I grabbed this little chalkboard stake thing, and I'm just going to break off the chalkboard part. Now I'm just using my ruler to measure out some strips of my burlap fabric. I'm going to do 2 strips that are 2 inches thick and 2 strips that are about 1.5 inches thick. And I'm just going to use these as little details on the wreath that'll kind of break up the monotony of just flowers. Once I have my long strips that are about 12 inches long, I'm going to fold them in half and cut them so they're about 6 inches long. Now I'm going to take all my flowers that are attached to things such as clothespins or metal clips, and as gently as I can take them off so I can get them ready to place on the wreath. Okay, so here's just a shot of all the flowers and burlap and the little chalkboard thing that I'm going to put on the wreath. So before I start gluing flowers down, what I like to do is arrange them roughly how I'm going to want them. So how I do this is I start with the bigger flowers and then kind of arrange the smaller flowers around them, kind of getting an idea of how I want them laid out. And I also try to make it look like it's not too symmetrical, kind of like it was just, thrown on there or growing naturally. But yeah, that's what I like to do before I glue them on and then I can't move them around. Alright, so this is my basic final design before I start gluing things on. What I'm doing here is taking my little burlap strips and then putting glue on one side so I can make a little loop of burlap, and then I'm gluing that down onto the wreath, and then I'm taking one of the smaller strips and doing the same thing and gluing it on top of that. Now I'm just going to go from top to bottom and start gluing all of the flowers onto the wreath with my glue gun until I get to the bottom. Now I'm just going to do the same thing with gluing on the flowers and the burlap on the other side of the wreath. Before I glue the little chalkboard on, I'm just going to write spring on it just because it's a nice spring wreath, but you can write whatever you want. You can write welcome or maybe your family's last name or anything like that, but it's kind of easier to write it before you glue it on, so I recommend doing that. Okay, so this is my finished product, and I know it's kind of different from traditional wreaths, but I kind of wanted to change it up this year and do something different. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.